Yeah. I remember when that situation happened and, everybody was looking around like, damn, Iowa? Like, what the hell is 600 Breezy
Yeah,
doing in Iowa?
that was
Was
before
that
rap.
like, that's how you was getting your money and things
Yeah.
allegedly?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it because I pled guilty. I got caught with that shit red-handed. I pled guilty so they wouldn't put it on nobody else around me type shit. Some shit.
How'd you get caught? Like, you got pulled over
The
or?
drug raid. So I got caught. I'm with my people and they already had their own shit going on. And like I said, if you fucked up, you see your niggas getting money or you getting money, you wanna, sometimes you wanna ride another nigga wave and that shit don't get you nowhere. So I'm riding somebody else's wave and walk into an open case. Like them people ain't know me, they knew them. But I'm a real nigga. So, they were trying to get me to testify against niggas and all type of shit, telling me, we'll send you home to Chicago tomorrow if you do this and do that. And I'm coming back like shit, what y'all said, 10 years plus 5, come on. Cause I know how that shit in the streets. You telling them nigga, ain't no coming back from that, bro. And you ain't never coming back from that. Your whole credibility is over with. So yeah, I basically got caught up in my people shit in the house and I was the only one with crack on me. So they really tried to take my shit and divide it and spread it amongst the house. But I'm like, no, I had this many bags exactly. And I went and pled guilty to that shit. I couldn't beat it. That shit was on me. Ain't no possible way I could beat that. Only way I could have got out of it was that my name wasn't on the lease and shit, but I didn't know that shit back then. I was 20. I ain't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shit, yeah, that's basically walked into an open case, pled guilty to what I had and took my time. But, shit, them drug charges and shit don't be that serious or they give leniency in certain states and shit. So I end up with a 10-year charge with a 5-year charge ran into it. But in Iowa, that 10-year charge cut in half to like 5 years, 4 years and 8 months. But then they gave me probation first. That's how I was even out to be able to do an interview with you ever. You know what I'm saying? When I did the interview, I was on probation for this case. You know what I'm saying? And in 2017, they snatched me at the end of the probation. And in their rules, they can start your number over and send you to the joint with that fresh 4 years and 9 months over your head type shit. So that's what they did to me in 2017. And shit, I did about almost 2 years flat and came home. Shit, about 2019. So shit, that shit, it was just, lesson learned type shit, like I've been doing shit, but I ain't never really got no slap on the wrist and had to go to prison. Like I went to prison, like to the joint. I ain't just go to county jail. Like I went up the road type shit. So.
Yeah. And you spent all 2 years in Iowa?
Yeah, so it Iowa jurisdiction. Like I ain't had to, ain't had no charges nowhere else. And they send you other places when you got warrants and shit in other places and shit. Like so when they snatched me, I was in Iowa and they basically but they just kept sending me around all over the place because I was getting in trouble and shit. So I went from a minimum custody prison to a maximum. So, and that shit, it was still the same shit. Like, I was in there, I knew I had time, so I had to get comfortable for the moment. So I was on some institutionalized shit, living on some prison shit. And, I was cell phones and got COs doing shit for me and shit. So it was like, shit, I was locked up at 600 Breezy. And I'm in Iowa, ain't nobody famous out there for real. So that shit was different. Cause it's like, I'm a superstar in here with these niggas and they got my music on their tablets and shit like that. So it was way different. I was in Iowa the whole time. I ain't never been to jail nowhere else for real. I'd have been locked up in Chicago, but I always bond out and go to court and end up winning the shit. Like,
Yeah. So when you get out, you spend 2 years in Iowa, you get out. Do you get out with nothing? Like,
Yeah,
having to get
it
it.
was like I came home with a little bit like I had people that was around me and knew information and they stole money from me. So really, when I came home in 2019, my damn near had nothing. I came home probably 10 G's, 20 G's or something, Like, so it was like had to rebuild and start from the ground up and just get all my money back I lost while I was in that motherfucker. Like, only good thing, like, if I owed a label or any of that shit recouped because I made money while I was booked. So I came home not owing nobody. I came home not in the hole. I just came home. I ain't had shit personally because my people stole from me basically. So
And when you say they stole, is that shit from like streaming? Is that like shit they knew you had tucked away or what?
Like for example, one of my people knew or created one of my accounts for me. You know what I'm saying? That link to the music. And while I'm locked up, they go into it and instead of the checks coming to my grandma's house or to my pop's crib like they originally was, like real checks, they switched the shit to direct deposit to their bank accounts. And they took all the money. And by the time I get out and, it was like, you know what, you still got the password to this? Let me see that. I know I got some bread sitting there. I go and look and see that shit was switched from the address that I put originally to direct deposit. I'm locked up. I can't do that. So I know what's going on. And it's like a bank statement. They got their government name on them and shit. So it was like that, like some sneaky shit. Like you got to watch your people. Like everybody ain't with you. Everybody ain't for you. I'm locked up, nigga. Then, you know what I'm saying? Nigga around my kids and shit. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't bought my son a pair of shoes, daughter, nothing. Ain't gave my mama no money, but you nigga just take your money and just be living off that shit. So that's basically what happened.